The surprising thing is that the Epique benefits just don't stop. They just continue to grow. Hey there, welcome to my Epique Journey. I am Brandon DeVere, and thank you as always for tuning in and sharing your time with me. I do appreciate that, where we're going from 600 to 0 to 600 plus, and this is the journey to do so. So, just coming back from flag football practice, I feel a little hot. Went from the cold back into the heat. Back here at about 8:30 again, just had kind of a cool experience at flag football practice where I got probably one of my best compliments from playing or from coaching so far. Is that I had a player come up to me and said, "Hey, coach, do I still get to play next season?" And I was caught off guard. I was like, "Well, yeah." And he said, "Well, I thought that I was too old because my birthday is before the cutoff." And so that cutoff was for the following year. So I said, "Yeah, man, you're definitely going to play with us." And one of the things that excites me about this is that this kid he came to me a couple seasons ago, had never played before. He came out, kind of rusty, learning all the routes and how to catch and just all the basics of everything. And now he's just getting a little bit better and a little bit better. And it excites me that these kids, because my whole goal is to get these kids like prepped. Like, I know I'm not the end result coach for them. I know my place for my coaching for them. And my goal is to have these kids still have the fire and excitement to play the game. And they're going to go on to the next level and have people really take them and continue to grow them. So it was really cool to hear that he was, concerned that he wasn't going to get to play. And then, one of the other coaches was like, "Hey, have you been having fun?" He's like, "Oh, yeah, I really like it." Which is, it excites me, I guess, is because he's not one of the players that he hasn't had a touchdown yet. And I'd like to try and get him a touchdown. I try to get everybody the ball. And, sometimes, kids don't, and they don't get some catches, and then they don't feel like, they belong or want to play anymore. And so I was really happy to hear that. But yeah, so outside of that was just kind of a catch up on the season. We have tonight was our last practice of the season, and then we have one game on Saturday at noon. So we are excited for that. And then I'll do a following end of the season party for the kids, so they get a chance to hang out, get to know each other even more, other than just on the football field. Although that they've been playing together for we're into our second year now, so that's pretty cool. But today I wanted to touch on the excitement of the benefits that Epique just continues to offer. There's certain moments in this journey so far that have me, that sometimes you're like, "Oh man, did I make the right move?" And those are just because you're unsure, like that we do things that are different than what we thought we would be doing, and you're like, "Man, did I make the right decision?" I mean, it's no different than switching a job and then going, "Oh man, I was at that other job for a few years and I was comfortable and everything was easy, and now all of a sudden there's new things going on." And so new challenges are new. It's the unknown, right? Like, people feel stupid if they mess up. The reality is, though, anybody who leaves any brokerage anywhere can go off and do something, be like, "Oh yeah, it didn't really work, I'm going to go back." And almost 100% of those brokerages that they left would take them back with open arms, no problem at all, and they would just keep them. But I digress on that point. That's a story for another day. But there's certain times where I do get nervous, but there's also times where I'm super excited, and today is one of those times. The things that are being offered now, and the biggest thing that we get kickback on is it sustainable? Can you sustain this? And most people, so if you know what the assumption gap is, I think we've talked about this before, but it's people not getting it and understanding it. Like, this hasn't been done before, so it can't happen. Like, therefore it cannot happen. And so my partner Sam likes to talk about this quite often, about the 4-minute mile. So before the 4-minute mile was ever ran, you couldn't do it. It was impossible. It was impossible to do. Then someone did it. Another person did it. Another person did it. Another person did it. Now a bunch of people can do it because that myth was busted. So when a lot of the times when we get, one of the biggest objections we get to Epique is that, "Oh, you can't do that. That can't be done. It can't be done." Well, because it has never been done, because all the profits and everything wouldn't go back to the agents, not only in a rev share way, but in a way to provide them with more benefits. And so that's typically what we get, like, oh, they can't do that, can't do that, can't do that. It's unsustainable. Well, the reality is that the budget for the benefits has been laid out for a long time. It has been laid out for well into the future. So there are a ton of other things that are coming to us, like certain things that we know of that are coming, that have been announced, but we do not have yet. They're just finalizing everything, and that is roadside assistance. Like, never heard of that from a brokerage anywhere. But that was also in the budget, and things, as we can continue to grow, we can add these certain things and see what are beneficial. Today, a couple things were announced that are available to us now, and then some things that will be available to us in the near future, which I'll talk about that at the end, which I'm super excited about as well. But we were offered today, we were introduced today to 2 new benefits, which are very exciting. And one is, I'll briefly touch on it. It's just Earth to Orbit coaching. And that's, that is coaching and getting, like motivational type stuff. But then the other one that was really exciting to me was, the partnership with Agent Hub 360. Now, Agent Hub 360 is something that I was not aware of. I had no idea that it was coming. I'd never heard of it before, but as we're being told what it is, my mind just went like, of course we would do this. Why hasn't this been done before? And just things that you wouldn't think of. So Agent Hub 360 is something that we're doing. And so it's going to be called the 360 business program. And so the 360 business program is, most of us agents, I'll tell you my quick story, my quick background of how I got into the real estate space. I was a hookah boy. I loaded bowls for a living. I was 24 years old, I think I was. Loading bowls for a living, like, hookah, tobacco in the big hookah pipe. And that's what I was doing. And I'd have a guy come up every weekend or every Friday and say, hey, can you pass a real estate exam? And I was like, oh yeah, if I studied for it. And then his next comment was, I'll make you 6 figures effortlessly. And when he told me that, I was like, done, I'm out. I was not into it at all. Not going to do it. So he later on kept coming back. And so finally I took it as a challenge. I got it. So I'll do a real fast forward of this. So I got my license. Then I saw him 3 more times in my life, and he was gone. So luckily for me, I had my license. Unlucky for me, he disappeared. He didn't show me how to make 6 figures effortlessly. And then lucky for me, I saw him in the news about 4 or 5 years ago where he got busted for running a illegal car sales operation. So I was able to get out of that one. So that was a benefit to me. But so the reason that I bring that up is that most agents get into the business kind of as an afterthought. I wasn't thinking of becoming a real estate agent. I got my license. I kind of fell into it. And that's the story for most agents. Some of them see something on TV and go, oh, I can do that. There's a handful. I'm not going to discount any handful of people that were like, hey, I grew up in real estate. I knew I wanted to be in real estate, all that stuff. I know it exists. It's not just people that are just like, oh, I want to be on Instagram and take photos and show homes. So I know there are some people out there that are like that, but for the most part, it's people that didn't set out to be real estate agents. So in that, most agents didn't set out to be business owners and run their business like a business, run their real estate business like a business. And that is the biggest, it's a massive challenge, right? Because it's, you get a commission check and you're trying to figure out what to do. And a lot of people are, most of the time you're not running a business by figuring out how cheap you can get. You're running a business thinking about how much more money you can get or how much more money you can make. So the reason that I bring this up for the typical mentality of an agent, and it's nothing against agents at all. I need help too, right? I need all kinds of help. But now what our co-founders decided and why they figured that we needed this benefit and to partner with this is that most agents don't run their real estate business like a business. So they created the 360 business program, and partnered with them, and decided to give it to us as agents because they want agents to run their business like a business. So it's an actual business program from a third-party coaching company that is going to show agents, not necessarily, I don't mean, when I say business coaching, I don't mean, hey, here's scripts, here's where you can get leads. Like that's real estate production coaching. This is business coaching, like business blueprint and things like that. And now we have it for free. So like I'm not going to say exactly what is in it yet because I don't know, but from my understanding, it will break down how you can continue to run your business like a business, and you, in order to like protect yourself in all areas. I don't know if it has, tax strategies or anything like that. I have no idea. But I'm very excited. I'm excited for the forethought that it's not just like, hey, here's another coaching and here's a bunch more scripts and here's this. This is an overall look at the business. So once we get more into it, I'll let you know a little bit more. And but just the foresight from our founders to say we should add this as something of value to these agents, so that we are being productive, and in our production we're able to leverage the commissions that we do make into whether or not it's investments. I don't know if this is going to talk about investment property, if it's going to, or investment business opportunities or anything like that. No clue, but I'll get back to you after I go through it and see what kind of training that we do get. But again, like I said, just the thought of that, just that mindset shift for a company to offer that is, I think, a massive value. The other thing I wanted to announce is that we have finally, like I feel like a cheater a little bit because I don't have to get on the plane, but we have announced our first ever annual convention here in Las Vegas, and that's going to be on August 23rd and 24th, and on the 22nd we will have it will start with the Power Girls will have their opening event, which is not part of the convention, but it will be connected to it, so it is kind of part of it, but it's not necessarily the Epique. I think it's going to be called Epique PowerCon, but that is going to be offered, and something that is amazing about it is that the cost is $0. There's no cost for the Epique Realty convention in April. And when I say no cost, it's no cost to attend the actual convention for Epique agents. It sounds like there may be a cost just because of the limited amount of seats. I believe we have about 650 that we have space for. Be here in Las Vegas, and obviously you'd have to find your flight. Like that, it's not all expenses paid. It is the event itself is free, taken care of by Epique Realty. So thought that was really cool. The last couple conventions I went to cost me at least $800, and they were you were very encouraged to go to these events, and yeah, it just got super expensive. So yeah, those are things I wanted to let you know. And also one more thing, anybody who is watching these videos, I've been hearing from a number of people that, hey, I've been seeing Brandon's videos, and then they're calling people and they're talking to people. Hey, it's okay. You can reach out to me. This is part of the reason that I do this, right? Is to connect with other agents out there. So if you have any questions for me about anything, Epique Realty, anything at all, anything about, having a child that's struggling with going to school or anxiety and things like that, feel free to reach out to me. I have there's a calendar link in the descriptions of these. But yeah, if you have any questions at all for anything, feel free to reach out to me. And I'm hoping that people do. So don't feel like you're a nuisance or like you're bothering me, because I'd be too busy to take a call. So yeah, just reach out, and I look forward to seeing you all, and hopefully I'll see some of you at the Epique convention here in a couple months. I think that'd be pretty awesome. So all right, I will see you guys back here again tomorrow. Have a great one.